Hi lovely and darling viewers, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy. This time I want to review the Cosmos story arc from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic comics. This is issues 75 through 78. It's a 4-part, 5-part story. There's my cat Offsides. Hi Offsides. He's so adorable. So this is a 5-part story arc over the course of 4 issues. Issue 75 is a double issue of My Little Pony, the big one. Ta-da! Love this cover. So much fun. Okay, I normally don't review individual story arcs of a comic book series once I've already reviewed the comic book series, like the beginning of it, but the Cosmos story arc I need to talk about. I need to. So this story arc focuses on Discord, really, and this ex-girlfriend, this psycho ex-girlfriend that he had named Cosmos, who has been banished to the stars, and she ends up coming back, and she also enjoys chaos, but she's a much more evil, much more maleficent force, much darker than Discord is. And so we find out exactly where Discord's line is, from hey, this is fun and I'm enjoying it and I hope you're enjoying our chaos also. Chaos can be amazing, to okay, things are getting way too dark and really too complicated. We got page number 2 here where Discord says, this isn't me. I am not doing this. There are some really like nightmarish qualities to what Cosmos is doing, but also it's MLP, so it doesn't get too scary. But she's definitely this very sinister force, which I love good villains, guys. I also really love Discord, so I just ate up this entire story arc. It's so good. Okay, so this story kicks off immediately with this flashback to this time before Luna got banished as Nightmare Moon. So we have Luna and Celestia with a few of the other older rulers, older magical people of Equestria, taking on Cosmos. And because Cosmos has crossed this line, Discord is now helping the good guys get rid of her. Like, she's that big a threat that it takes all the elements of harmony. It takes Discord's magic. It takes the magic from, like, the griffins and these other creatures. Like, all of them have to combine to take her out. She is that big a threat. Very first page, we know that something very sinister and very big is happening. Also, Discord wipes the memories of Luna and Celestia and everybody else so they don't remember that Cosmos existed, in the hopes that she will like stay away. And then Discord ends up taking on all the blame for what Cosmos does, and so Discord becomes this much bigger villain in everybody else's mind than he actually was on his own. But also he was helping Cosmos and involved in that, so it is kind of also his fault. So much depth of Discord's character in the story arc that I love. Guys, I'm only on page 5. I'm trying not to spoil this, but like I want to talk about everything. So after that, we rejoin our modern era and the main 6, and we have Rarity finding this gemstone that is gorgeous, and when Twilight puts it on, and comes in contact with it, it takes over Twilight. And then the other ponies don't realize Twilight's been taken over at first, and so this part of Cosmos starts telling everybody what to do, that they need to go find the other 6 gemstones that she conveniently remembers reading about in a book. So they're like, okay, we've got these side quests to go find these gemstones. Let's go do it. This is fine. There's no evil villain. This is going to be an amazing cakewalk. That's going to be awesome. Except, of course, Twilight isn't actually Twilight, so there's some sinister stuff happening. Also, I love that Pinkie Pie has this llama toy in the style of like the first generation My Little Ponies from like the 80s. I adore it, and it becomes this running gag in this comic about Pinkie Pie trying to come up with outfits for this and just playing with the llama, and just, I love it. I love all the like little things that happen in the panels of the MLP comics also. And it's a lot easier when I'm reading the comics to like stop and pay attention to the background stuff than when I'm watching the episode all the way through. Like if it's on television, you're watching it in 20 minutes, you could stop and pause it constantly, but when I'm reading the comic, I can, like, stop and, like, pay attention to the background stuff and, like, who's there and what's happening and the side gags. I love the comics for that. So, yeah, they regroup. They add Big Mac. They add Zecora. The Cutie Mark Crusaders are also coming with them. They split up and go to different locations across Equestria, go into the Crystal Empire and the Griffin's place. Is it Griffinstone? But they each go on their side quests to find these. And, of course, Twilight's not actually Twilight, so they probably shouldn't be finding all these stars for her, but they are, because they don't realize any difference. And then, eventually, as they do start finding the stones, then Cosmos starts getting stronger. And if she can get all 6 stones together, she can become fully, completely, all-powerful again. We also have Discord and Fluttershy's relationship, which I love their friendship and totally, I don't know, ship them. It's weird because they're not the same species to be like, let's ship them. But, like, Discord obviously has great affection and admiration for Fluttershy. And we definitely see this contrast between a functioning relationship where Fluttershy accepts him and cares for him based on who he is, and the really psychotic, kind of abusive relationship where Cosmos is just using Discord for his power. And so she is claiming him as her boyfriend and as hers, but doesn't really care about Discord personally. Like, you can tell that. So having this dynamic, so having these contrasts in the 2 different relationships that Discord has had, and seeing how much he has progressed, and also it adds so much depth that was he really as bad as everybody remembers him being. In the later ones, we also see, and in each of the issues, we see more flashbacks into Discord's past, into this time before where he was with Cosmos. Also, as Cosmos starts getting more and more of the stones back, she also takes over more and more of the ponies. So she starts off with Twilight, and then quickly, by the end of the issue 75, has gained Celestia and Luna also, and all 3 of them are now hers, and she has their power. We've also got that very sinister aspect of this, of, like, the main 3 princesses are all captured and under Cosmos's control, and so the rest of the main 6 and the other ponies are going to have to stop her, well, with Discord's help. And Discord really needs to man up, basically. And so Discord really needs to own up who he is and this mistake that he has made in the past and this relationship that he has with Cosmos, because she is still very much obsessed with getting Discord back and getting him to help her. I think she has this very dark side where she wants to take control and she wants things to be in her vision, but I think she also wants somebody there by her side, and Discord is, objectively the most powerful and, like, the most in line with her vision, and so she wants Discord back because she wants to continue to use him, basically. I ate up this entire story arc. It does go on to issues 76, 77, and 78, and I have the B cover, so this isn't the normal covers. I also am not sure I really like the B covers because they all just blend together. Like, there's subtleties in what's going on in these covers and, like, the differences that are happening, but it's not quite as fantastic as the A covers. Here's the A cover for issue 78, which I just like better than the, I like the fact that it keeps the art style of the comic itself. So, if I had gone to the comic book store earlier and had more choice, I would have picked A covers rather than the B ones, but it is what it is. I love this, and I love how, like, sinister Cosmos is also. I can show you what she looks like, right? I also like the fact that she has this, she kind of looks similar to Discord in this being in a amalgamation, I can't talk today, as being this collection of parts from other creatures. Like, she's got the snake head, and she's got these claws, and, like, the teeth from a snake. And she's very sinister, though, whereas Discord has much more, he's got parts of a snake and a lion, but they aren't necessarily the most frightening parts, and the way that Discord is put together isn't quite as creepy. So we also see this shift in, like, these 2 different sides of chaos. Chaos can be fun-loving and enjoyable and just, like, let's party, kind of. and we can have really dark, sinister chaos that tries to take everything else over and form it into something much darker. Also, when Cosmos starts taking over, the imagery gets much darker. We start seeing tentacles and things with teeth and inanimate objects attacking people, or rather ponies. So she's definitely this very dark, very forceful creature. I do like the fact that because the princesses are the ones taken over, that the rest of the ponies have to step up and they each play a part in saving the day. And I really love the ultimate end plan and how that went down. And so without trying to spoil the ending of this, but I did enjoy the end scene and the big boss battle between Cosmos and everybody else. It's kind of inevitable. You guys can see the setup from the very first page, where it took all those magical creatures to take Cosmos down, to now it takes all these other ponies, because they're taking down Cosmos that also has the princess's powers. There are definitely some really fun side stories that they get into, where the stones ended up and what they need to do to get the stones. One of my favorites, oh yeah, Capper's part of this also, the cat from the movie. Love that he showed up again. But like one of the stones is in this trophy for this competition, so Pinkie Pie and Big Mac need to team up and compete in that competition to win it, and it's absolutely ridiculous, obviously. And also seeing Big Mac's expressions, since he doesn't say much, like his facial expressions are everything about what Big Mac is thinking, and how somebody like Pinkie Pie is just like, oh, you meant this, right? And even Capper starts doing it, like, yeah, I know, this is what you meant, right? Like, we should steal it. Yeah, right down here. You were about to suggest that we steal it, weren't you? And Big Mac's like, no, that's not what I meant. So many side stories. I also love the side quests that they go into the Crystal Empire, and Rarity's just looking for the jewels in, like, the market, because that would be the first place. It's the Crystal Empire. They have so many gems that this is, like, not going to stand out to them. But we see Spike going around and explaining the nuances and tastes of what all the different gemstones taste like to him, and trying to get the other ponies to, like, taste them and eat them, and they're like, I don't think our teeth are going to handle that. It's so cute. I love it. I also just really love Spike, so I loved getting to see those moments with him where he's just like, So I loved there's also another running joke about Spike thinking that these gemstones look like the most delicious thing ever and him wanting to eat them. That is where I'm going to leave my review for My Little Ponies, issue 75 through 78, the Cosmos story arc. Let me know in the comments below if you've read these and what you've thought of them. It definitely changes Discord's role in the way that he appears, which was like some of my favorites. Discord is definitely like one of my favorite characters in MLP. Also getting to see Luna and Spike and Twilight, which are my other favorite characters, like they were all in this story arc. Yeah. I guess let me know if you've read this, what you thought of it. Are you going to pick it up now? What are your thoughts on Discord? Are you just like, I love amazingly deep, sinister, dark villains, especially in the MLP universe. I love that contrast of like good versus evil. So much fun. I also love the way that things kind of get shifted around because Twilight's taken out, so like the rest of them, their roles need to change a little bit too. Other ponies need to step up and become leaders because Twilight isn't. Yeah. Also, I was reading other people's reviews, and people were, like, annoyed that Luna and Celestia get taken out so soon, and I didn't mind that. I think it was kind of necessary, otherwise, I didn't mind it. We see them fighting Cosmos at the flashback scene, so they are taking an active role in fighting her at some parts, even if it's not in the modern era. And also, like, it adds a different dimension, a different sinisterness to the story if they also have to take out Luna and Celestia. Or at least save them. So it allows other ponies to step up and have spotlights and, like, save the day. Which wouldn't be the case if Celestia and Luna and Twilight were the ones, like, just solving it. Oh yeah, the writing and art is by Katie Cook, Andy Price, Heather Breckel on colors, and Neil Uyetake on letters. Edits by Megan Brown, and I will list all the writers and artists down in the description below. Sorry, I forgot those. And this is from 2019. I think that covers it. Peace out. I love you guys and keep reading. Bye.